Yeah. Ah, yeah.
Priceless.
Whoa.
It's what true love is.
There's a lot of things that you can buy in this world. One thing you can't buy is true love.
DJ Payne 1.
Money ain't everything. It could buy you a lot of things, but it can't buy you love. It can't buy true love. No, no, no. Money ain't everything, no. It can buy you a lot of things, but it can't buy you love. You can't buy true love.
Love is not for sale. Can't set a price and weigh it like crack on a scale. Love is an attraction put into action, revealing satisfaction. It's an authentic preview, giving me a taste of the real inner you. The good, the bad, the happy, the sad. Crossing every bridge, cold as a fridge. Seeing our reflection in the dust. We got us.
Steady showing up like Khan say. You need them, they on the way. Don't worry about your past, focus on today. Need I say more? The way you can't ignore the reason you be cheesing till your cheeks get sore. Ain't nothing wrong with it, you deserve to be happy. Find who you belong with, stay dope like DJ Agnew. You think you working hard? I say work harder. In the meantime, welcome to the Love Parlor.
Money ain't everything. It could buy you a lot of things, but it can't buy you love. It can't buy true love. No, no, no. Money ain't everything, no. It can buy you a lot of things, but it can't buy you love. You can't buy true love.
That's a lot of
I had a
equipment.
bunch of pictures popping
No,
up.
give me that one. That was mine.
As he was
You
growing
pass
up.
that, Joseph.
Okay.
Say what?
Then we had this.
A bunch of pictures with
There
Cam
it is,
and
right
EJ.
there.
Oh, there you go.
I'm gonna whip that talking
So we good now? All right, but I need all y'all to turn that down though. We good now? Can y'all hear us now?
Yes.
All right, there we go. Good. Like really, turn,
She
turn
said,
it down.
there it is.
Turn it down. Like for real.
He said, "Nah, for real."
Like no, seriously though. All right, y'all. So since y'all can hear us now, can I get some thumbs up or something? Let me make sure we good before we start talking again. What up, Leslie? Mama, I appreciate you. All right, you ready? You want to start over? Who going first? You going first? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
We're going to try to do this like we did it before. You need to turn
Don't talk to me like that. We're doing bullying. You know when people talk to you and they got their teeth clenched? That's bullying. Like you bullying me right now.
That's passive aggression.
I can't.
Right. Can't what? What up, y'all? It's your boy Saga Boss. We finally got this thing popping. And who is you?
Queen Diamond, as always. Y'all know how I rock it all day, every day.
See,
In the
life.
house.
Thug life. One bed by myself.
I might sound a little funny, but I think he'll try to tell y'all what that's all about in just a minute. Back to you, sir.
I love you, sweetheart.
That is too funny.
No, but so it's Thanksgiving week. We have been. I'm not doing this drive no more.
You said that the last time.
But see, it was under different circumstances. This one was kind of an emergency. I had to come check on my brother Lee.
We'll be on the road again
Next time we flying.
next year.
No, next time we flying. But yeah, we brought the show on the road this trip. We got some of the family in the building with us, and we're gonna chop it up. We're gonna talk about this bullying situation.
We actually in their building.
Yeah, we actually are. My grandmama on here. What up, ma?
Grandma, we're not gonna talk about what happened with that patch.
Oh,
Okay.
she just waking up. But we got a lot of things that have transpired in the past week since last time y'all seen us. Some things we're gonna touch on. But the bullying thing is, I know when we were talking about the 3 football players in Virginia that got shot. I know you brought up bullying them because they said that he was allegedly being bullied.
Right, and I thought that would be a good topic for us to talk about this week, which
then-
I'm not even going to be able to do a lot of talking because, when I got my wisdom tooth pulled, so I'm having a little difficulties, but I can talk in between. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted.
Don't get it twisted.
Arthritis in the gums. That's what it is.
What
If
up,
I
Nish?
had a cane, I would put a cane in my mouth right now just to
had a
walk these
cane.
gums out. 'Cause
If I had
when I tell you,
what happened to the cane that was on the chair? I want to see this. There was just a cane on that chair over there earlier. But yeah, happy birthday shout out to my son Lil Devon,
happy birthday, Devon.
your sis Angel,
Happy birthday, Angel.
and the homie DJ Agnew. Happy birthday to
Happy
y'all.
birthday, DJ
all y'all have
Agnew.
a drink for me. I ain't drinking today. And then we actually on the way here, a friend of mine, close friend of mine, I haven't seen him since, we used to roll on, it was a squad of us, and it was like the 3 of us were always together, always tight. And I talked to him, but I haven't seen Damien since Train's funeral, which was like 18 years ago. And it wasn't purposely done. It's just when I was going home, he was out of town. And then, life kind of get busy and catch up. So we actually went to check on him. We got word that he was going in for brain surgery. He had a tumor. And it's crazy to, how you say God is good?
All the time.
All the time.
And all the time.
And all the time,
God
God
is
is good. Because
Church say amen.
right. We went to check on him, and
You better pray.
what was it, not even full 48 hours, and he was back on his feet dancing around the house. And
Oh, that's a blessing.
so it's crazy. I know I had posted a video on Facebook, but
Now, come here.
I just want to.
Come here.
That's not the right
Come on,
way.
quit
That
playing
wasn't.
with me. Come here.
Hi.
These type of kids gonna get you fucked up.
Going on here.
That's what I'm saying. These your friends though.
Your friend will get your ass.
That's part of bullying. We'll get it. But this is him. As you can see his reaction, I haven't seen him in 18 years. We've talked, we've messaged on social media. Like that's the first time we were in the same room. His mom, his sister, his girl were there. And they actually helped me set him up, which was cool. So it was good to see him. You know, that's like my little brother. So we definitely made that trip. And then we continued, and we're here. We had to run to see Grandma. Grandma gave you...
We're not going to talk about that patch.
We're not going to talk about the patch. I can't feel my face. But then we back here. We with Sis and Broly and Toot and the family, and we're going to get this thing popping. Miss Patricia, what up, though?
Thank you, Patricia. Love you.
If y'all haven't voted already, the Southern Entertainment Awards, I am nominated for graphic designer, and my other half is nominated for
community leader, nonprofit organization, and personality.
You know, I was gonna say that, especially since you said you weren't gonna talk a lot.
You were moving a little bit too slow.
But yeah, make sure y'all go to SouthernEntertainmentAwards.com. I believe that's the whole thing. Cast y'all vote. Make sure y'all look up where we at on the list and vote. Upcoming
let
event.
them know what to look for, because some people know you.
Saga Boss.
And then you may see me up there as Boss Cat or Queen Diamond or Ladies with Vision Incorporated nonprofit organization.
You know, if you would have texted me, I would have said all that, right?
I'll make sure I do it next time.
I was just playing, boss. What we got? December 3rd, the Boston Boss Setters Award Show. I believe I'm performing. Shout out to Michelle. She was our guest last week. Are you speaking and being honored? You doing something. I know you're going to be in the building too. But shout out to all the nominees. I know there's over 400 people nominated for an award. Oh, wow. And there's quite a few that are being honored as well. And there's some performers, and this is going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of stuff. Get dressed up.
It's going to be awesome. Rolling out the red carpet.
Yep.
She has honored some really great people. Of course, everybody's a winner, but everybody can't be chosen. And so I know that God has given her a vision, and I'm excited about it with our team. We just excited about what she's doing and moving forward in the vision that God has given her. And it's going to be a blessed, epic time. Platinum Awards. Y'all get ready for it.
Yep. And then the next day, I believe Atlanta's Hottest Awards week kicks off. So that's that whole week. They got different events they're doing the entire week, with the finale being the following weekend. Also, then we have December 10th. Miss Sharon. Everybody knows Miss Sharon. Everybody got love for Miss Sharon. For those that don't know, this is her last fashion show. They gave her a time limit on life, and she's already exceeded what they said. But she said the other night, like, she's just tired. So this is her last. This is her last one. And we are hosting the Purple Carpet. The Luv Parlor will be on the Purple Carpet. You got Deb and Lou hosting the pre-show, and then you have Miss Judy and Deja Vu hosting the actual show. And it starts at 3. From 3 to 4 is the Purple Carpet, and then she's giving away awards 4 to 5, I believe she said, and then after that, the show kicks off.
So December is full of a lot.
We ain't even done yet. Shawty, we ain't even done yet.
Glad. There I go talking again. Ain't supposed to be talking. Okay.
Yep. And then we got December 18th, Saga Claus and Mrs. Claus. We will be giving out toys. Yes, Saga Claus. We giving out some toys. We got our hats. And shout out to everybody that volunteered, because they hit us up.
I took the hats up.
We had, within 48 hours, we had at least 25 to 30 people volunteer to come out and help us give out toys to the less fortunate. So that's dope. I appreciate y'all. Again, I'm not giving out the address. You'll get the confirmation and the address and details via email. But yeah, if you got some kids and they're yours, and you can bring them with you to pick up some toys, Email us at theloveparlor@gmail.com. We need their ages, the gender, and their sizes. That way, if we do have clothing that we can give away, we can also bless somebody with some clothing. But we're definitely giving away some toys. We're gonna try to do the food thing. But again, shout out to everybody that hit us up. I got in trouble because somebody was emailing me and it was like 2:00 in the morning. Why's your phone going off? I don't know. I'm asleep with you. And it was somebody. But one thing, like, no, real talk. One thing, like, don't nobody else give out no socials, please. They giving us social security numbers. Like, I'm finna claim some kids. But no, we just need the gender, the size, and ages. That's all we need.
Who get you in trouble? Who? What? 2:00 in the morning.
Mm-hmm. You don't even remember. Well, there goes that one.
That was your other one.
Arthur Michelle Lovett is up here. What up, sis? She says she got something for us. I don't know what she's talking about. Mo, what up? Where can we send donations? For out of towners, if you want to do a Cash App, you can Cash App the Luv Parlor, TheLuvParlor. If you want to ship something, we're not covering the shipping, but I'm just playing. Hit me, inbox me, and we'll kind of figure it out.
And we'll make sure that we list you as a sponsor as well.
Definitely.
Those that give
and
donations and those that ship toys or socks or blankets. We even have someone that's shipping food, non-perishable items. So if you do that, then we'll make sure that you're listed as a sponsor.
Yeah, definitely a donation. Send it to the Luv Parlor Cash App, $, the Luv Parlor.
And what we can do is all of the sponsors at the Academy, because we will be at the Academy, we can have
not the Oscars.
A board created with all the sponsors on the board.
You giving me extra work?
Yeah.
No.
We need to do some extra work.
No. But again, to everybody that has reached out, like I think we posted, what was that, like a Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday, like we already have over 100 people, 100 children registered. So we know we're definitely giving away over 100 gift bags already. And then we had people call in, hey, I know a food sponsor. We could try to get this. And it's overwhelming and it's dope because it's been a minute with the pandemic and everything. But we back doing the give back thing.
We never stop. It's just that after the real huge event that we did, because we gave over 1,000 kids toys and over 26 families Christmas trees. When the pandemic hit, we had to do drive-through community give backs. But
wasn't the same. I was emailing y'all.
Yeah.
I sent you a picture of what you wanted. What's her name? Miss Tammy that donated the tree? Is it Miss Tammy? Mm-hmm. Shout out to Miss Tammy. She donated a Christmas tree. 10-foot Christmas tree for the give back. So that's dope. We appreciate you. I think that's Oh, open invitation because the people that we invited dragging y'all feet. Y'all know the wedding ceremony is in Vegas in March. So if you want to go, inbox me. I got you. Other than that, I was gonna do a music video, but since we had the little delay with the sound,
I think we wasted enough time.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and skip that. I got y'all next time with the music video, or I might play it later. We'll see how it go. But since
let's get to the topic.
Right, let's get to the meat and the potatoes. Bullying. Oh, now you ain't gonna say nothing.
I ain't even supposed to be talking right now. Okay. But first of all,
BJ, what up, though?
We want to introduce everybody at the table right now before we get started, because we all have probably experienced bullying, whether it was we seen bullying or whether we experienced it ourselves, whether in childhood.
Or maybe we were the bully.
Could be. Is there anybody that used to be a bully at the table?
Mm-hmm.
Or over there on the sidelines?
My sister-in-law bully.
But at some point in your life, whether you was a bully as a child or you were bullied, or and there's different levels of bullying, you all, because there is physical bullying, There's verbal bullying. There's some manipulations of bullying. So it's different aspects
There's
of
levels to
bullying. Okay.
Cyber.
So
Yeah,
right now,
cyberbullying.
we're gonna go around the table so that they can introduce themselves. We're at the brown table tonight.
We're at the brown table tonight. That's what we doing.
That's fire. That's fire. We need to trademark that.
Right.
Okay.
We going this way?
Yeah, we're going that way.
Oh man. Would you want to go with Jody? I don't know who's watching out there. I can't get enough too much. I know there's some people out there looking. We're going to go with Jody. My name is Jody. One of my best friends for 10 years plus. His lovely family has turned into my family as well. That's how I got pulled up to the table. We're going to make the most out of tonight. I don't know which camera I'm looking at. I don't know which one is on me. But we're going to make it work.
They're all on you right now.
Hey, and that's what I like to do. That's why I can't get y'all too many names.
All eyes on you, George.
Hey, that's how they should.
Oh, Lord.
Tara Moses says she know that bullying experience as a kid. Yeah, we about to jump into it too.
Yeah, tell her give us 1
I'm
second.
EJ. My lovely fiance sitting right over there on the couch. She did not want to participate, but she's here. Of course, it's my lovely parents and my Aunt Catrice as well. Known her all of my life. Literally. So,
Literally.
yeah, super glad to be here.
Change them
Charlotte,
dirty pampers.
I know them things.
What you say? Nobody asked you?
It's on me.
It is on you, my good brother.
Good evening.
Hold
good
on,
people.
before we even let you go, I just gotta put the disclaimer out there because people know me and I've talked about you. So I just want to let them know that it's you that I was talking about. Y'all know the cowboy trash talk. It's real. It's real. But I'm here. I'm in the
We got
building.
the whole NFC East in the building.
Right.
now.
We here. I had to come check on my bro though.
Appreciate it. Good evening, good people. Lee. My wife Sherry's sitting here. She and Catrice were best friends when I met them. So I've known them since 1995.
Trying to tell our age.
I know, right?
Somebody.
Long time. You know, I got a little short story about Sherry and Catrice. They used to work for me at Burger King. They used to work for me at Burger King.
Let him tell his story.
Yeah, Sherry was in the kiosk taking the money at drive-thru, and Catrice was taking the orders at drive-thru. So, you know, they did their thing. However, Catrice, we was in a neighborhood that was predominantly white. So
that falls right into what we're talking about.
a white lady had decided that she wanted to throw her money at Catrice.
And called me and what else she called me?
Through the drive-thru.
She don't get mad when I do it.
And call her an N-word. So Catrice,
Nigga, that's what she called me.
Catrice,
I thought you wasn't talking.
Yeah, she did politely.
Catrice politely made the lady's drink and threw it at her.
Wait, so you poured it?
She poured the drink.
She did. Yeah.
Did you put the top on it before you threw it?
Yep. And kindly
My
rolled
dog.
the
My
drink
dog.
out of the window into the lady's car.
Did you say
told her
oops?
to have a nice day.
And told her to have a nice day. What?
I don't know.
She kindly said, don't you never, ever in your life throw another piece of money at me. And threw the drink out of the window.
I got some things to work out when I get home.
I had to fire her. I said, sorry, you're no longer.
I don't think she cared at all.
I didn't care. I didn't care.
She did not care, but yeah.
That's why I try to tell folks, don't get it twisted. I'm a sweet woman.
No.
But don't push my buttons.
No,
but it's okay. I got fired, but somebody called and hired me back.
I know this is about bullying, and I know just from being around these two ladies, they've done some things. They have done some things So they are. I'm not gonna say. But hey, I'm just glad to be here. Glad to be here with my sister and my brother. Y'all would think Saga and I known each other for years, but it's just the love that we both, that bond that we kind of, it was instant when we first met. So glad to be here.
Yeah. It's only because it wasn't game day. But so you out here throwing cups at people.
Yeah. Oh.
Wait, she said that quick too.
Wait a minute. I didn't know you were talking about me.
Alex, what up, though? Angelita, what up? Thomas Hunter, what up? Another Cowboy fan. I told you, it's funny. Like I have a lot of Cowboy fans as friends.
They're the best friends to have.
Yeah, because most of them drink.
We're real though.
I would say you're winners, but it's been a minute for that.
You just became a winner. You just became a winner.
Y'all real quiet last year, but it ain't about that, you know.
Yeah. No, we wasn't real quiet last year. We just had but we're not talking about that. Right. See how they try to bully me into this whole situation.
This is why we're talking about bullying tonight, because it's different levels.
Yeah, it definitely is. There's a video that I have. I feel like this is kind of how it starts. And I know I went through it when I was growing up with the family. With the family, you know, just even if it's playful.
Sherry, you forgot.
He introduced her. They're one.
No, she need to speak for herself.
Okay, my bad.
She is her own individual.
Let me go and pass the mic for a cup get thrown.
Is the mic on me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm sorry. All right, my name is Sherry McCallum. I'm this man's lovely wife, EJ's mother, JoJo's mother, and this is my beautiful sister of 29 plus years.
Yeah.
Going strong. And this is my brother, Saga. So we're here to talk on this platform. I think I'm going to talk. I don't know what I'm going to talk. But we just.
You do realize you're talking right now, right?
I can't stand when people do this. See, they bully me right now. But anyway, what's up, good people?
Yeah, we here, man. We Uncle Lou just checked in. I'm sorry, Mrs. Moses. I apologize. She said they're called cowgirls. Got you. Okay. Understood.
Yeah. And buzzers. We got a New York Giant fan in the house too. So
who?
New York Giant.
Who?
See?
my uncle calls it the New York Midgets. So I'm not gonna say nothing bad about the Giants.
We stand on our trophies. We taller than all y'all, but hey, it's all right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, y'all 6 was done in BC.
Okay.
Not in this century.
No bullying tonight at the table. Like, wait till the cameras are off. And
I call this fellowshipping.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like banter. It's like banter. That's a topic we could talk about later. You know, the cutoff of bullying and actual just kicking it back and forth. But I'll say that.
Yeah, and that happens. That happens.
Yeah.
'Cause like I was gonna say, I know. Just growing, you know, I've done it with my little cousins or my little brother. Playfully, you know, nudging them and wrestling. Like I ain't gonna say no names, but there was this guy that my grandmother had birthed, and he used to hold a pillow over my face and thought it was funny. That's bullying.
Attempted murder and stuff.
I ain't gonna call no names, but y'all got 5 options. But it's just, you know, some stuff it'd be playful, but then if I didn't take it, I didn't take it playfully when it happened. I was mad as I don't know what, but I couldn't do nothing. He was bigger than me, and you know, but it starts off playful. You know, you start off with the babies, toss them in the air, woohoo! Next thing you know, you throwing them to the couch, and then y'all wrestling it, and you getting a little hard. Like that's technically bullying, like in my opinion. That's where it starts, and then
because you don't know how it may affect that child.
Right.
While you think you're playing, it could be traumatize them internally. So.
Right, and that's
especially
exactly
if they're
my
crying
point.
And they telling you to stop, and you keep doing it.
That's exactly my point. I've done it. I've done. Throw my little brother outside in the cold after he just got out the shower in his drawers, like, you know, playful in the snow. But what up, Day Day? But it was playful, and then, you know, years later now you sit back, yeah, I bullied him. I bullied him, and I shouldn't have, but it was fun at the time.
To you.
Right. It was fun to him too until I didn't open the door right away. But no, I think it starts there. It starts home, at home rather. Excuse me, and then from there it kind of grows. And now they say ish rolls downhill. So because I bullied her, now she gonna bully you, and then you gonna get it the worst because you got what I did, what she did, and what she doing, and it just kind of it grows
with the children.
And then they grow up and they become these dudes with the badge and the uniform, and because that's where a lot of them reside nowadays. Yeah, y'all. But that's how it is.
So,
my opinion.
What are y'all experience in bullying? I know you both went to college, right?
Yeah.
So, did you ever see it or experience it or become it?
I wouldn't say I've never bullied anyone. I've seen it happen a lot. I always been the type of guy who was always, I wouldn't say the middleman, but with my personality, I was always able to be friends with both sides. But I would stick up for the ones being bullied, or I keep them away from that person when I know I'm like, hey, like you know what I'm saying, go ahead, and or I just take them under my own wing and we'll go somewhere else. Like if someone's, who I know and I've seen them have those type of conversations and being bullied, yo, I'm gonna take your snacks today. Like make sure tomorrow you bring X, Y, Z. I'll always either give them an extra of mine or just kind of took them away and make sure they're not in that space to be bullied. So I kind of been that type of guy. Luckily I haven't. And I didn't experience bullying personally. I believe I wouldn't have taken that well. I probably would have been sent home a lot. So I'm just like I said, I think it's just for my personality. I don't like to see stuff like that happen to people. I've always been super super close to anyone who are kind of sheltered off anyway to help them bring their own personality out. So once I seen stuff like that, I always kind of sheltered them, but
big
also
brother
kind of told the bullies about themselves too. Like, hey man, it's not. You don't need to be doing all that, bro.
Right.
So did you see emotional effects from those who were bullied?
I definitely have. I've seen someone definitely cry about it. I mean, especially like I said with the whole snacks things, like. Bullies always come in packs. You honestly really never see someone just by themselves, like being that one bully. It's always just a group of them either egging them on or just there just because they're getting bullied by him too, but they feel like they would be their friend and they don't have to get bullied as much as anyone else. But I've seen the emotional torment, which made me feel even more for that person. Hence why I'm like, hey, like just make sure you stay clear. Where we all in the same kind of vicinity, same area. You just stay away from him, and if I see him say anything to you, I'll make sure I interfere. Because at the end of the day, yeah, like I'm like quote unquote cool with them. I know they're not going to say anything to me because I'm not worried about that. But at the same time, like, I don't want them, saying anything to you. So at the end of the day, also stand up for yourself. Even when you don't have the courage, still do it because they're doing it because they think you don't have a voice.
Right.
So when they feel like they can kick you while you down, they're going to keep doing it. So I said I always got your back, but also make sure that I'm not going to always be around. So make sure you you stand up for yourself as well.
I got a comment. Shout out to my little cousin. He said, "Cuz you and Uncle Lenny the fam top bullies. Y'all were hanging us all from the top to the bottom. Y'all the funniest ones in the family. I didn't do anything. I didn't do nothing.
That's where it begins, when the bullies will not acknowledge the fact that they're bullies.
I'm acknowledging the fact that I didn't do nothing to him.
So I would like to start here. First and foremost, before I start with anything, I think what y'all got going on here is beautiful.
Appreciate it, brother.
Highly commendable what y'all got going on, the way y'all got it set it up. I was joking around earlier, but the poise behind figuring it all out while you're trying to get it working, and that was all amazing. So I want to give y'all flowers we all sitting here.
Beautiful,
Appreciate that, brother.
Beautiful.
So, yeah, she did. They gonna be Googling me. Who is?
What up, cuz?
They gonna say, who is that dude in there?
Right. The next thing I want to tap into is I think we all got to sit down and really discuss or figure out what our definitions of bullying is, right? Because some people grow up different than others. Everybody grows up different from each other. You know what I'm saying? You could have, he got 5 brothers. It sound,
I plead the fifth.
Alright, so
Papa was a Rolling Stone.
and they all could have grew up in a house and had different experiences.
Oh, absolutely,
right?
absolutely.
So when you get into talking about things or topics this heavy, you got to sit down and really draw out the outline or the barrier
Right.
of what we actually discussing, right? Because I've never been in a situation, and mind you, like I said, 10 years plus, I've seen him in situations that he described. But I myself have never been in a situation where bullying was over snacks or food.
Right.
Growing up in elementary, nobody brought lunch from home. Like, we always getting public lunch. Like, so nobody was stealing. I mean, somebody took a milk, or if a food fight happened, milk was getting toast. But nobody was getting bullied over food.
I've seen it. Like, that's why I said it's definitely levels.
It's definitely levels. So one of the biggest things I grew up noticing, or amongst my peers, was cracking jokes. That's something that always got elevated into something different. Because once your mama came,
Well, I was about to say, once you
started talking about somebody's moms, things got a little heated. Some people took it better than others. Most of the bullying was verbal. Now, have I seen physical bullying? Yes. Would I say what you went through, would I define that as bullying? No, not all the way, but that's also probably because I went through some of that as well.
Right.
And not only would I'm not scarred from it. Some people could be.
I am. He left scars everywhere. I'm just playing.
Right. So I'm not scarred from it emotionally. I know that was one of your questions. Like, have you seen somebody emotionally be scarred from it? I'm not scarred from it. I actually think the opposite. I think most of the things I went through with my uncles, with my brothers,
Made you stronger.
with my cousins, made me stronger. Going outside, being able to be in those elements where people were being a little
Right.
facetious with the words and wordplay was getting crazy. I was able to, land on my feet and either attack back, or I knew like, I'm not gonna take it there because this is a joking manner. This is how everybody's getting off their steam. Because, like I said, you gotta understand everybody's growing up different.
Right.
So the situations at home, he could fight with bro. Somebody else probably can't get that out physically, so they bring it to school. They joke around, get it all verbally or whatever the case may be. So
And that's why I said earlier it rolls downhill.
And it definitely rolls downhill. So I want to speak on that as well. But before I get there, that's why I say all that to say. That's why I think this is something. And for the people off air as well, if y'all decide to continue this conversation or any other type of heavy conversation like this, definitely try to just define what the description or the barriers of exactly what y'all talking about, because I can really tell by the conversation going on. It's a lot of things that's gonna be said that we all might not agree with, or that we all might not see the same.
Right.
And it's just like, it is what it is. At the end of the day, you gotta know what somebody is saying to understand what they actually saying, and all that is all that.
I got a message for you.
Okay.
From my uncle. The Cowboys are gonna bully the Giants on Thursday. I'm so serious. He said it. I
don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. I just hope they got their run defense all together, because we about to bully that D line verbatim.
But what you're saying is so true.
But I do think so, and I appreciate that. Because the thing about it is, if we take it to the dictionary definition, we all been bullied. We all been bullied. Every last person on this earth.
And my day was called picking on me.
We all been picked on.
Yeah.
Exactly. We all been picked on, whether it's coming from family or whether it's coming from friends or whatever the case may be. Now, has it been to a place where it leaves you emotionally scarred or physically scarred? Now that's where the situations may differ, and I'm not saying that anybody's story is less than somebody else's, because at the end of the day, you never know how a situation is going to affect somebody.
Right.
I do think something you said earlier is very important. Once somebody does let you know, this is a barrier, you are now getting me really uncomfortable. If any sort of stops get in play, now the other person needs to be held accountable for their actions, no matter how it looks like, and that's where you get people like him who step in and say, all right, enough is enough. Like I said, I've seen him in those moments. We play ball together, so you got the freshman Fridays and all the freshman initiation.
The hazing and all that.
The hazing. He was a talker. I wasn't. I was a bully who bullies. And I wouldn't say it in the sense of I would just be picking on them for any chance I get. But if it got to a point where I see you, all right, come on, you tagging it, like you really going out your way to, now I'm gonna make you feel the same way you making them feel. And I'm not gonna do it continuously. I'm gonna just do it once so that you know what it feel like. And if you continue to do it, then that shows how much of a coward you are. But at the same time, you know what that feels like. So don't put nobody else in that position. And then I'll just leave it at that. So I'm not big into, once altercations get to a certain level, it's not a lot that need to be talked about. But at the same time, once somebody does tell you, like, stop, this is enough, you're doing too much, you're hurting me. As black men, we don't know how to say stop, or you're hurting my feelings, or something like that. So whenever it is being told to you, we all know what that sound like. Like, enough is enough, chill, you're doing too much. Once that line is drawn, that other person needs to be held accountable, because you're really doing too much. And then you starting to leave scars emotionally or physically.
I think society has kind of defined bullying, primarily because yeah, I'm an older guy, and growing up, and growing up, we made, so you bully somebody, you rough them up, we did whatever, not because of something about them, because you had the big, the small, the pretty, the ugly, the skinny, the fat, but it was never about any of that. Like it is now. Now people are getting bullied because you too big, or you too skinny. Now you got the other elements that are in there. You've been bullied because you're poor. It's all class, and then it gets deeper into that. People, kids are now committing suicide. And I didn't hear of that.
And that's
when I was growing up.
That was the main thing for this discussion.
Yeah, they're committing suicide now because of the level of bullying that they're experiencing. Even I think a couple of years ago was the young girl who committed suicide because she was going to a predominantly white school, and because of the bullying, she committed suicide, and no one addressed that.
Yeah, there was a couple I pulled up. There was one girl, she was 10.
Yeah, and so even though my family, we grew up in the neighborhood with the Grand Dragon of the Ku Klux Klan, but it wasn't that level of. They had Klan meetings right now. We could walk to them while they were having Klan rallies.
Wow.
And I think we were doing more of the bullying because we would throw rocks and run. Me and my cousin would throw rocks at them, and we'll start running. However, it wasn't as bad then as it is now, because people feel like they got to live up to a certain standard. They're so busy trying to impress people, and when they don't impress people to the level they feel that they should impress people, then those people mention that you're not up to the mark. Then to them, that's bullying, and I'm not worthy. And so it's become so bad now, and like I said, there's so many levels that anything can trigger anyone at any time. If it's that trigger, if you tender-eyed, as they said in the Bible. I mean, you ugly.
Right.
Tender-eyed. And somebody mentioned the fact that, something wrong with you, that's a trigger.
It's a trigger, yeah. Definitely.
But back in the day, we called each other ugly all the time. It was nothing.
Like it was like with my grandfather.
Dozens, as we say.
Right. With my grandfather, if like say one of us brought home a girl, or we were about to get married, that was his initiative with your ugly self.
Yeah.
that's how he would just say, with your ugly self.
right. And so it does, and like Jody was saying, you know, we've seen on television people say, oh, they bullying me.
You see, he caught himself before he said it, right?
And to me, some of the definitions of bullying that people see, you defending yourself is not being a bully. Your aggression may be different.
Right.
So I can sit and have a calm conversation, and I'm defending myself, but you could be overtowering me, and you could. I won't consider that bullying. Right. I just see you like an idiot. I mean, because I'm non-confrontational. I don't argue with people. So therefore, if you raising your voice, that's on you.
Right.
I don't consider that bullying. It's just that, you know, you're an idiot. Yeah, you're not to control your emotions. You just can't sit down and have a conversation and discuss differences.
But how do we miss the point of how it's affecting the person to the point where, like you said, they end up committing suicide or see it coming, whether it's somebody in our family or outside our family or our friends, and we be shocked like they would literally killed the person.
Right.
So because I believe that people don't listen to the outcries and pay attention to their kids or pay attention to someone who is being bullied, because 9 times out of 10 they're telling you that they're being bullied. If let's say it's someone that's tender-eyed and they're being bullied because they're tender-eyed at school, and all of a sudden your kid is coming home trying to put all this makeup on, and they're digging your makeup, they're trying to get all different clothes. They've never really been into that.
And then they get in trouble for that. Why you putting up on that makeup?
And then now my mom, now I have people at home telling me I'm even uglier. I'm getting the same thing at home, and I'm getting it at school. And it's just like I'm just a burden to everyone. I shouldn't be here. Yeah. So the issue, like I said, is that just people just don't listen. Sometimes they will flat out say, "Hey, mom, I'm being bullied at home. I'm being bullied at school. I don't like it." Oh, well, you'll be all right. Just tell them to leave you alone. Sometimes that's not enough. You know, sometimes that's good. Like it takes sometimes, like I said, it's blown over a lot, and you don't want to again go to the school every single time. Your kid comes home, someone was bothering me. But if they come home saying, hey, someone was bothering me, it's more of, okay, how was it bothering? Let's talk about it and say, oh, well, instead of, oh, you bothering back, oh, you tell your teacher. No, I'm telling you because you're supposed to protect me. You know, so if you are my protector, I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to expect, like, hey, all right, so who's XYZ? We're going to make sure that we go talk to your teacher with you and this other kid to figure out what in the world is going on.
That's what's changing everything, because when we was raised, if I had to tell my grandmother that something was happening at the school, she was coming. Wasn't asking no questions. She coming in. Whoever need to get checked, gonna get checked. Nowadays, the parents don't want to go to the school.
So 2 things on that. One, a lot of these conversations that are being had in settings like this always go back to parenting.
Really?
Always goes back to parenting.
That's where most of the stuff start at.
Yeah, so this breaks off into 2 things. One, the generations are getting younger. Just like you just said.
Absolutely.
First of all,
you a grandmama, you 32.
So it's something to widen your eyes about. Do I shame it? Not necessarily. Do I shame it? Not necessarily. It is something. It's a conversation to be had. My grandma the same way. I miss her. Oh my. I miss my granny. I think I'm gonna miss her until I'm gone.
Until you go,
The don't get me started. Not only was she always there to go check something that was going on at school, but she also let you know, don't make me have to come to that school.
Right. Right.
That's it. So that's 2 things right there.
Right.
That put me in the space to I need to figure out whatever I need to figure out here before I get home. Because if I get home and that call get made before I get there, we're gonna have a bigger issue than whatever I had at school. And the other thing is exactly what you said as far as they not trying to go. It's like everybody leave too much faith into the school system, knowing that we know it ain't the best place. Like we know,
right?
Oh, these teachers don't care, or whatever the case may be. They don't
And
care.
some of them generally they care. They're just overwhelmed.
They can't do nothing, right?
The rules changed.
Yeah.
When I grew up, I mean,
when you grew up, we were still getting slapped on the knuckles with rulers.
We got paddled. We got paddled.
I was picking the switch, right?
I would rather get paddled at school than to come home and face my daddy. And you know, we had teachers. We had a teacher that had a switch, a stick. She would if you chewing gum, you got whacked. But it's different then because, you know, we always say it takes a village to raise a child. We grew up in a neighborhood where I'm from where it actually, the village raised the children. When I tell you, if I can go down the street and I did something down the street, Aunt Lou May's gonna take care of it down the street, and she gonna call Betty Jo and tell Betty Jo I took care of it. But Betty Jo gonna still do what she got to do.
Right.
Or Jimmy Lee, whoever it is.
And
it took that kind of upbringing for us to really understand. You know, you got to know what the limits are. You're going to be held accountable for things. And he was talking about the parental. It does go back to how you were brought up. And you know, even me, I was bullied in school, but the way I handled it, because I'm non-confrontational. You know, it was like one of a dust bag. They did what they did. They used to jack my desk up, all because, you know, I remember to this day, one of the guy's girlfriend started liking me. And I didn't know that was his girlfriend.
Here we go. I didn't know
that was his girlfriend.
So ain't nobody tell me.
I didn't know them. I was just moving to their classroom. I didn't know that. And so the whole crew decided to turn on me. It didn't bother me not one bit.
That happens today with grown folks.
Right. You're right about that. You're right about that.
You got a female in the crew, and the dudes start liking the other female over here. Then all of them got an attitude with her.
Mean girls. That's real. That's real life.
Right. And I didn't. You know, I just didn't bother nobody. I didn't know they did what they did. I didn't retaliate. I didn't. The one thing you won't go see me cry. Okay. And so, you know, I just went to school like normal. I talked to who wanted to talk to me. I played with who wanted to play with me.
Yeah. And like you say, each generation is different, because if you say when you take the parents to school, well, Johnny is bullying Susan. Well, then the parents get in the altercation right there in front of the children. They think they okay. Now you got parents going to school fight. So it's like, my parents just took up for me. No, you should have been reprimanded for what you did. Right. But you didn't do that. Right. So the parents making the kids feel like it was okay on what they done. But then you got the people that's being bullied. They don't know how to react to stuff. So if you notice now, that's why we got a lot of kids that's being bullied. Where you get that gun from? They found outlets now. Yeah. So if I'm hurting, I'm gonna make sure somebody hurt worse than I am. So now they're going to school shooting up each other, killing innocent people because they hurt. Then they end up taking their lives, or either they don't take their lives. You're like, well, why did you do that? Because somebody did something to me. But was it worth you taking out 10 more people? In their minds, they thinking, but it's not so. It's not so.
I'm so proud of my sister right now. Y'all don't even know.
I want to propose a question, and I already know the answer to this, but I really want y'all to think about the answer that y'all actually given, because I think the answer we all will have the same differently if we decide to think about it. Do y'all think social media and the connectedness has a lot to play with how children are starting to handle their issues?
That movies?
Yeah. They see a lot.
Yeah, they see a lot. And, you know, especially with reality TV, people are starting to handle situations that they seen on reality TV. And, you know, they're picking up those habits that people on reality TV, knowing that, you know, even though they say it's unscripted, producers create those situations. And not understanding they might be real, how they will really handle situations, but they create those situations and they hyperbolize things. And so kids having that type of access to people's lives, and now I think that, you know, even with some people you watch on Facebook that's telling that all about they're going through their marriage and and how they're going through that divorce and I don't know what I mean that's a personality.
Don't call the name, child.
Yeah, I don't know.
No,
I know. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
The views expressed by my guests today do not
I'm just saying. I just said the people. I say people, but people are putting too much of the business on Facebook, and it's not. Some of it real, and some of it is not.
The funniest thing is they do that all the time. It's like, why you mind your business?
Yeah.
But you know what happens? When they see how it goes viral and they getting all these views and all that attention, it's like, okay, now I want to do that because I want that same attention.
Right.
And they end up hurting themselves or hurting somebody else, you know.
Right. They put all the faith in these rappers and look what the rappers doing.
Right. And so, but to answer your question, it does have an impact, but they gotta know the difference between what's real and what's not. All reality TV.
At the end of the day, it's still their choice, though.
TV, but it's still their
as an individual.
So your answer is yes.
Yes, it does have
because they are being fooled about what's real and what's fake.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I would also say yes because again with so much social media, so much of everything going on, some people don't know who their real selves are, and they struggle with finding out what their identity is. So if they don't know who they want to be, they're gonna go to school someone different to the best of their ability. And when someone isn't accepting of what they worked so hard to portray to be, then that's an issue. I gotta continuously do more. You're not getting my attention. Okay, let me bully this person because I need you to see me. See me, right? Please see me because I'm hurting. No one doesn't see me at home. No one that I want to be friends with doesn't want to be my friend. So I'm going to do everything I can for someone to see me. So you don't see me, I'm going to make you see me. I'm going to go shoot this up. I'm going to shoot this up. Why did you do this? I don't know. I'll spend a lot of time by myself. I have no family. I have no friends.
And in those moments, they
said he didn't have no friends.
In those moments, they dump on themselves until it gets worse and worse, and then they get overwhelmed. Like right now, I know when we were growing up, at 10, we outside, we playing sports, we doing something, playing tag, hide and go get it, something like we were.
Hide and go
now,
get it.
Yeah. You never played that before?
Hide and go get it.
You never played it before? Ready? 1, 2. Go. You gotta go hide. I'm gonna come get it.
Nope.
But now, real talk. Like we played games and stuff. We were outdoors. Now, like,
had to be.
like, think about it. How many kids under the age of 1 know how to use an iPhone?
Right.
Oh yeah, baby sliding the phone.
How the baby can't talk, but she know how to go to YouTube and find what's the thing that they all watching? And they be they be cool.
They can find anything.
Right.
At the age of 4.
No, the advancement, yes. I'm cool with that. But
each generation gonna get wiser and wiser.
That's great. Now,
but then you got the 10-year-old like the picture I just showed you.
Right back to parenting.
It goes back to parenting.
On the barriers of what they watching.
Yeah, you gotta have guidance on that.
Absolutely.
Even if you can't control every single thing that come across that screen, you have some type of say so on how much screen time they get.
Yes.
What you putting in front of them other than a tablet?
Right.
You putting books in front of them? You putting people in front of them? You putting family members in front of them?
Even with the tablet is cool. If it's stuff that they should be watching or should be doing, the learning stuff. Like
absolutely. Like when we was growing up, what we had leapfrog. Man, I ain't had no leapfrog.
Right.
Outside with the frog.
I was cutting grass, bro. Like, bro, I was outside.
He watched Barney.
I was outside.
I was. In my education, it was VHS, Barney.
Yeah.
But I think that what's missing is a conversation because with your kids,
right.
sitting at the table having a conversation with them or wherever, because if we're going to allow them to watch things now, you know, the cartoons have become rated R pretty much. And the thing is, if we're going to give them, parents now are so busy, in order to get that child quiet, they rather just give them a phone. And that's why now they can go up there, they can go to YouTube, they can pull up anything, and then either you're on the phone talking, or you in the kitchen cooking, or you just trying to watch TV, because it's like, I'm overwhelmed by the things of life and I need a break, and you don't have help because sometimes there's a broken family. Now this child has access to everything,
to the world,
and the world is teaching them.
Right. What was that game or video that the kids were watching that was getting them to commit suicide?
The hanging game.
Yeah, like stuff like that. Like it's crazy.
And the blackout. They had blackout. What was something about blackout?
It was that, but it was like a cartoon or something that they were watching. It was getting the kids to commit suicide.
Oh, it was that
I forgot what it was called.
It was that weird thing.
It was a couple years back. They watched it on YouTube.
Like a crazy looking like.
It looked kind of like the Scream doll a little bit.
Yeah. It was like a crazy, like it was like Mama something.
Yeah, and it was getting them to either kill somebody or kill themselves. Like, and it's crazy how many kids actually were doing it.
Yeah,
there's a lot of kids that lost their lives on YouTube and like. Doing that,
playing those games and stuff, doing dares.
Yep.
Like our truth or dare was different.
Eating Tide packages. What they was doing.
So we got some comments here, y'all. Gregory Thornton said, bullying today is so different from the 90s today. Bullying is at a higher level.
Yes.
Kay says, hello, everyone. Hi, Kay. Leslie said exactly. Denise says, Prophetess Denise. Hey, Prophetess. She said, sad truth. And Leslie, my sis, said, I had this conversation the other day with one of my sisters.
Yeah, it's everything has advanced. Bullying, because back in our day, like if you was gonna bully me online, you had to wait for it. It's still downloading. Like it took forever for dial-up. Now it's instant. They on you, right? They on you.
And that's the issue now is that with cyberbullying is bullying 24/7.
Right.
Back then, you know that you will get. I don't want to say you know that you bullied, but you like someone would get bullied. Probably maybe 4 hours out that day. I can go home and it'd be good. I'm cool. I'm with my loved ones. I'm with my friend. I'm with my mom, dad. Like I'm brother, sister. We cool. And I don't even think about it. I forgot that even goes on. Now I'm back to school. Now I'm back to the 4 hours. It becomes a regular scheduled program. I'm cool. Like you was like, hey, like you do what you do. It's not gonna bother me.
Right.
Now it's like don't you worry. I'm gonna bully you in school. I'm gonna post about me bullying you. Now I'm gonna post a video so everybody can see what I did to you. Now everyone's gonna keep sharing. Oh my God, you see, I'm gonna see. Then now these moments are constantly saved, and with Facebook memories or with Instagram memories, and it's now 5 years later, and it's been a traumatic experience. That's something that happened to you in school. Someone reshared it. Oh my God, y'all remember this?
Or even if they don't reshare it, somebody could comment on something that happened a few years back, and it'll pop up fresh.
Yeah, it comes to the top of your timeline.
Exactly.
But say that again. What you said?
Stop when it's time for me to get on this bus. I know you go on bus 5 and on bus 6. I ain't gonna see you for the rest of the day. Right. Now it's like I'm gonna see your name. Someone posted about it. Like, I'm going to keep hearing about it. We staying up, like, of course, supposed to have a bedtime. I got my phone. I'm up because someone keep talking to me about it. Ting, like, ting, ting, ting. Oh, my God, are you okay? No one's never okay. So it's like, they got to get up the next day because someone is still going to talk to me about it in person. And then the bully is going to be like, yeah, you seen what I posted? And it's going to keep that. So it's like,
that's cycle.
Now it's a continuous cycle. And that's how it escalates to kids. Like, you know what? I can't live in this continuous cycle.
Right.
I gotta do this. I gotta do something to stop this because no one's hearing no one's able to really stop me. What are my mom and dad going to do if someone posted a video of me?
Right.
We can't make them take them down.
That was one of the stories I actually read over this week. It was I want to say California, but the young man was in the restroom and somebody came in and took a picture of him playing with himself and posted it. And his mom seen it. And she tried to talk to him about it. You know, it's okay. Boys go through this stuff, and he took his life.
Oh.
Because the whole and they were upset because they said allegedly the school didn't do anything to help. I mean, I don't know what they could have done. It was already out.
What they can do? Hold a form to embarrass him even more?
Yeah, they had already.
You took the sound away.
I didn't take anything away. Who said that?
Your mom said the sound is gone.
Which phone she on? You know she got one of them, you know she got one of them phones. That's one of them phones. Nah, but the young dude.
Nah, you good.
I think he was like 13, and that's another thing I've noticed with this week, just reading all the different stuff I was reading. Like between 12 and 15, is so many kids that committed suicide or attempted it.
That's that. I'm trying to figure out who I am.
Right. That's that. Yeah, that impressionable age.
That's puberty stage. That's that switch of I kind of know what I want to do, or I figured out if I'm going to be on this scale of popularity. I figure out, hey, I've been okay in sports and Pee Wee or whatever. Now I know I'm going to be an athlete, or I'm going to be a part of this different group. By that 13 and 15 age, you kind of already know what lane you're going to be in.
Another thing that goes on top of that is what I call it is identity longevity. At that age right there, you kind of got a good sense of like who you think you want to be and how certain things might affect you in the future. And at that age, I could definitely remember back when I was at that age, I thought I'd be a millionaire and some at the age I'm at now, right? Because we able to see how certain things can play out in the future. And when you 9, 10, 11 years old, you feel like you got the world ahead of you. You feel like it's going to be a billion years before you turn 22 or 25 or whatever the case may be. But at them preteens, you starting to understand like, okay, in a couple years I'm going to be 18 and I could be dealing with whatever, and so. Which is crazy, but my immature self would just say that, one, we definitely need to make fighting cool again.
Definitely.
I feel like it's something to laugh about, but I also think it's something to realistically think about. Like, these kids have no outlet.
No, that's why they shooting.
Every little thing is 0 to 100.
And those are the opposite ends of the spectrum. It's either they committing suicide or they doing mass shootings.
Exactly, and it's like it's no intermediate. Like I know y'all was fighting back in y'all day.
Oh yeah.
I know
We were
for a
fist
fact.
fighting.
And I know for a fact I was fighting in my day where it's like these little kids, they not fighting no more. Like
and
they getting jumped at 8, 9 years old.
Yeah.
And
by the time they get 13, 14, guns been involved.
Right.
They didn't just get into the gunplay. They've been involved. So
that again, in my opinion, goes back to the parenting because y'all not watching or paying attention. Like my grandmama used to tell us, if you go out there and get your hind whooped, you don't come back in the house. I'll whoop your hind and send you back out there.
Right, your older brother, he better not.
Right, and they always tell me they was told, if one fight, we all fight.
So
I didn't have to worry about that.
So
that'd be my immature self. Realistically, I'm standing exactly behind what EJ's saying, man. It's like these kids not being heard. These kids they're not getting talked to enough. Not only are their parents or people around them not listening, but they also not trying to figure out who that young man or young child or young woman or young lady, who they really are at their core.
But they're also smart kids too, because some of the kids that's doing stuff, they're downstairs making bombs, building guns. And like you said, go back to social media. How do you know how to beat a
how you know how to have access to the black market?
Right.
They're buying stuff now and having it shipped to your mom and dad house.
Right. And a lot of
you
that.
You don't even know what's coming.
You don't even know what's coming in your mailbox.
You got the
and little
the
Johnny
ring.
built
You got the ring, and you still don't know what's coming.
Right, and a lot of that is because you know most of these movies and TV shows be telling what really. So if you got a kid that sit and watch Law and Order and NCIS and all these different continuously, they learning.
48 hours. Man, they tell you, like, first 40. They tell you how to get away with murder.
Yeah.
That's the crazy thing about it. They'll tell you like
how to get a free meal first.
How to get what to get, how to get a free meal.
They do.
Like it's fiction, but it's not. It doesn't take but a little bit of Googling to figure out. Okay, yeah, black market real. Who I gotta get in time. You let an intellectual kid figure out in a couple hours how they can get access to the black market, how to hide their IP address. That's free.
Right.
You pay $10, you can hide your IP address.
What they see on TV actually, it becomes their reality.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
That VPN, the VPN.
You want to talk about it?
No, I don't want to talk about it. It's so,
what you know.
Like, we be thinking, like, sometimes, like, man, how they do it? It's so easy. It takes a little bit of thinking.
A little bit of research.
A little bit of research.
That's like like I tell everybody when they be like, yo, how you do a lot of stuff. Like, y'all good for saying, you know I do a lot of stuff. Bro, I am a graduate of YouTube University. Anything I want to find out, I go on YouTube. And then I watch what they do, and then I put my own twist to it, and now it's mine. But I'm a graduate.
House on YouTube.
Right. It's so much stuff that... It's a company I was working for. We did basketball gym floors. And we would go, and it'd be something that they never ran into, and we would find it on YouTube, figure out what the other people did, where they went wrong or where they went right, and then figure out how to add it to what we were doing. I used to work at Tires Plus. The dude, the mechanic, top mechanic, been a mechanic for 40-something years. As soon as the car come in, it's something that he didn't hear of, he goes straight to YouTube. Like, it's so much stuff people put on YouTube. Right. Bro.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
They go to YouTube before they go to the Bible.
Yeah.
They do.
No, they say they Google the Bible on YouTube.
Right. But this bullying, the levels of bullying it goes so deep,
right?
Especially these days. And he was referencing the young man that shot the 3 individuals, and I haven't read the entire story. I just saw on surface that they go to the negative, say what he did, that he was involved in some type of incident where he was bullying someone, or he was in a hazing incident, or what have you. And I didn't read it past that or anything like that because I don't like the news. Right. And it was a sad situation. I just with everything going on, you just get tired of being sad.
Yeah, that.
And so it's so depressing. It is so draining. It is. That especially what we've been doing over the last couple of years. That is so much out there that I got to a point where I just can't deal with a whole lot of sad stories. It's just too depressing. It's too overwhelming, and especially when it's coming from our people and them committing these heinous crimes against each other. And, and for what?
For what?
And like I said, it just goes back to how people were treated, how they were raised, and how they were allowed to treat others, and got them to a sense of entitlement that this is what I'm supposed to do. That's a bad, horrible mental state. Yeah, and
yesterday, I want to say it was yesterday. When I told you Yvonne posted, it's crazy. It's another mass shooting and nobody's talking about it. The one I was telling you about earlier in Colorado Springs, like they went in there and shot the club up. Like people just became really evil.
And
it's demonic.
What's the word I'm looking for? Desensitized?
Yeah, desensitized.
Like, yeah, they became evil, but like you said, it's another mass shooting. Nobody talking about it.
Like it's the norm.
Yeah, it's normal now. That's
it's been over the news quite a minute.
I haven't heard about that one yet.
Our people
it happened over the weekend. Didn't it? One over the weekend.
Sunday.
Yeah.
One dude got shot 7 times, and got he still was able to get up. I watched him on the news earlier. He said he was in the club. He said he wasn't even there for 30 minutes.
We may not always agree about what people choose to do,
right?
But that's their lives,
right?
And we can't control what other people
to each his own. Like as long as you ain't hurting me,
Right, you're not hurting
I'm good.
me. Exactly. It's not hurting me. No skin off my back. It doesn't have an impact on how I treat people or what I do for my family.
And I'm not gonna treat you no different.
And I'm not gonna treat you any different.
Right.
So it's just a shame that we live in a society that people are killed because of the life
they choose to live.
Right.
That people choose to live. That is a horrible.
It is.
Horrible, because you can't police the world.
There was just last week, the guy from, I think he was from Ohio. His neighbor was a Democrat. They said all day he had been bullying him, and he trying to tell him that he wasn't a Democrat. I think that's how it went. Yeah. And the neighbor shot him.
Wow.
What?
Because the neighbor was Republican, and he kept telling the other neighbor that he was a Democrat. So yeah, he shot him because he was a Democrat.
People doing crazy stuff like that, and then you got the situation that I was gonna play the video, but I'm like, I'm not playing that video. Like it's been circulated, and her family's still trying to figure it out. With the young lady that went to Mexico. That's
sad. That's sad.
And you brought up the one. Remember a few years back, the girl that was at the birthday party at the hotel, and she wandered into the freezer. Like
one
it's
of them
crazy.
was and Kanika Jenkins, and then the other one was
Shanquilla.
Robinson.
That's the one that
that's
just
the
happened.
recent one.
And then remember the other one, Holson. Was it Tamla? So
I put my notes. It's in my notes.
The young lady that was there with the football moms. Do you remember that? And then they found her
face down in the backyard.
Nobody ever figured out what happened with that. Their story just wasn't adding up.
You know about the black lady that went with all the white moms on the trip, and then she ended up,
Yeah. They claimed they found her, which it was crazy because they said that supposedly she went on the balcony to take a smoke, and she ended up
cigarette was never lit.
She ended up over the balcony, face down on the ground. They said that happened about 2:38 that morning. Someone supposedly found her around 6:30 that morning, but nobody called the police until 9 something that morning.
That's crazy. I have one. If y'all want to call in and talk to us, I forgot. I'll give y'all the number 901-264-0054. He says, I'm not having a moment, but growing up with a family that didn't understand what it was like growing up with a disability, and they did things that could have made me jump off a bridge.
Right.
And that's where I was talking about that line. It's like, once you hear somebody and they telling you stop, like, this is enough, you gotta...
And you keep right on doing
it. Yeah, but it's sometimes, like, people... It's like sucks sometimes, because, like... It's like, yeah, we always sometimes see the bully as the bad person, too. Sometimes the bully is also being bullied at home.
Oh yeah,
and they're out.
Most of the time, yeah. That's why I said earlier it rolls downhill.
It's like they're the ones that's like hurt people. Like, that's really hurting because they're going through it, and like it's their father or their mother isn't kind of like a precious situation. She was, even though like that was a whole in the movie, but it seemed like she was getting bullied.
Oh, absolutely,
crazy,
absolutely
at home,
and that's crazy because I think what we grew up with, we around there's some people live in our neighborhood, and we never thought the bully them.
Right.
Yeah, they were family, and so we never thought we had compassion on people. One of them I remember. She had the strongest left hand. She hit you with that left hand. You hurt.
He said that like there's some experience behind it.
You are hurt. We mess around with each other as far as playing around and all that. And she could swing that left hand. That was a powerful. She had a powerful left hand.
Back of the
head.
You said they had love and compassion. Now that's gone.
Yeah.
It's like the love is about love done left the building.
So what do y'all think? Do you think there is a solution to all of this, and who should be held accountable?
Solution to what? The bullying situation?
To the bullying situation. Who should be held accountable?
That's a lot to unpack there.
That's a very lot.
Yeah. It's so many layers because again it's gonna Jody said, it's gonna come back home.
Oh my God, I'm hurt.
It's gonna always come back to home, and then it's like, all right, cool. Like this is what we can give you all the tools in the toolbox at home, but it's gonna take you to go to school and utilize that, right? And then if you go to school and utilize that, but sometimes those tools don't work, you need to be able to know that the school system that you're in takes that just as seriously as you do at home. These school systems, they don't have a lot of programs or anything to get these kids involved because all these schools are so understaffed. So it's like
underpaid.
We don't have those after school programs. We don't have those chess clubs. We don't have those boys and girls clubs. You know, those clubs are all going now. You see that you're an athlete or you're going home. So if you're not an athlete or if you're not on the band and you're a cheerleader, you don't have nothing else to do but go to school, barely care about it, and go home.
And then go play PlayStation.
And then go play PlayStation. So if some of these schools had or cared enough to be able to develop speak up. Like the schools like have that type of program in place where people can just go and have that time either away from people or have that time to go to a counselor. I think I heard someone talk about before, there is no more guidance counselors.
Yeah.
Right. Like we had guidance counselors just like mom and dad, like, hey, I know you got called to the office, but you come to sit with me today.
Right.
Sometimes we sat there all day.
Right. Exactly. And they'll sit there and they'll just that was the purpose of a guidance. It was sit there and guide you. They would literally take you under their wing the entire time. They no matter what, for some reason they always had time.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
They had a whole bunch of stuff on their desk, but they always had some time to talk to you.
What made that change is the fact that these kids got disrespectful. They stopped letting the parents discipline their kids, and they became even more disrespectful towards these teachers and people in authority
They start
situations.
fighting teachers back, fighting their parents back.
And now you got teachers that just teach for the check.
That's it.
They used to teach because they love the kids. Now they just teach for a check.
Right. So there could be several ways to address. But I don't know if there will ever be an ultimate solution. The thing is, these conversations need to be at a higher level, and they need to take place more frequently than what they're taking place. I know people sometimes supposed to use it as a platform, but what do they actually use? I mean, is that platform? What type of impact is that platform actually having on the bullying community and those that are being bullied? What outlet have you given people who are experiencing the bullying? I mean, what have you done? What have you taken to the next level?
People are too busy trying to please themselves on these platforms to acknowledge themselves, but are you really impacting the lives of people in the community, in these schools? We'll have a voice and fight for what we want to fight for. When the gay community came together, they created a whole community. They messed around and changed the law. And we as black people don't know how to come together. And we complain about what we don't have in our rights, but we won't come together to do just what they did to change the law. We don't go to Congress. We don't learn the things that we need to learn. We don't go to people that we actually could talk to get the resources that we need to make change.
Too jealous.
Yeah.
So until we do that.
People think it's a joke. When I said it before, that crab in a barrel effect don't just stay down with the people in poverty. Like that's up with the powerful. Like they don't want you to get better than them. It don't matter how high up on the food chain they are.
You heard Ho said, right? Wild crabs is in the barrel. They're not supposed to be there. So that it's like.
Don't talk to us right there now.
Crabs ain't supposed to be in the barrel. So of course they're gonna act.
Try to get out.
They're gonna act differently than they would regularly.
The aggression will be different.
I actually just this is a great. So it'll let you know this is y'all in my element right now. Anytime we have any thought provoking conversation, y'all in my element. Which is why I told you it's crazy because I wanted to start a podcast this year. I saw a post.
Do it.
And it was like. I'm definitely gonna get with you. I saw a post and it was like the scientists follow me now. The scientists put monkeys in a room, and I hate to say monkeys because we talking about black people, but it's no correlation. Just listen to the story. The scientists put monkeys in a room, On the top of a ladder, they put a bundle of bananas. And every time a monkey would try to climb up the ladder to get the bananas, the scientists would spray them with like freezing cold water. It came to a point where the monkeys started, every time one would climb up, the monkeys would grab that monkey down and beat him up for trying to go to get the banana. You basically gonna get sick. That's what the monkeys formulated in their brain. So they kept doing it to a point where all of the monkeys came under the same consensus of what would be done if you climbed up the ladder. Then they started changing the monkeys so that a new monkey would be put in there, see the banana, try to climb up, yada yada yada, and then he'll now assimilate to what's going on. They got to a point where they changed all the monkeys in the room. None of the original monkeys was there by the time they got to the end of this experiment. And the saying or the observation of it was, if you ask the monkeys what happened, they gonna tell you, we don't know. This is all. If you ask the monkeys why do they do this, they're gonna tell you, we don't know. This is what has always been done. So what you was just saying is a double-edged sword, right? We crabs in a barrel, but nobody really knows why or how. You have to pay homage, or you have to look at the history of how we came to this place of self-hate and discouragement and jealousy and the powers that be and how they mushed us to the area of Earth we on. Because, and I'm not babying anybody, I'll look at the next man and tell him, like, at the end of the day, you got the same 24 as I do. So let's make the most of it for our people and the lineage we're going to leave behind. But you have to pay homage to all that. You have to take heed to all of it. Because it's not by accident that out of every race on the country, we are criminalized the most. We are deemed as the most savage. We also come up with the greatest amount of monetary collection.
Yes.
I think we're worth like $1 trillion, right? Or we spend like $1 trillion only here in the U.S. Something like that. Don't quote me on it, y'all. But it's something like that, right? So we spend all of this money, we make all of this money, yet we have nothing of our own. We control nothing. We do nothing, and these are all quotations, by the way. And we own nothing. You have to look at how we came there, right? Because it wasn't by mistake, and we don't just wake up every day and say, I'm gonna hate the next black man, or I'm gonna hate the next sister, or whatever the case may be.
It becomes a learned behavior.
It comes with learned behavior. And the next thing I will also say is, I'm actually on the opposing side of what E said. It's not, for me anyway, it's not a level situation. I think it's a pretty easy fix. If you sat down with your family and figured out what scars or family trauma y'all have is one, y'all start building to fix that. If you fix your family, you can fix your neighborhood. If you fix your neighborhood, you can fix your community. If you fix your community, now you're looking at a greater scale of people, correct?
Right.
So I don't think it's hard at all. I think we need to start taking times like this. Families need to start visiting other families, whether it's blood don't make you family.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's about loyalty and decision. So whether it's your family of blood or your family of choice, I think we need to start having more times like this and figuring out what it is that people actually deem as family trauma. Let's fix that. Let's get to a root cause where we all can sit down and come to the consensus of saying this is what we're not going to do. Right?
Pam say it all the time.
Right.
What we not going to do.
But on the other side of that is the trust factor and being able to communicate effectively and properly, because sometimes we don't know how to communicate.
Well, trust don't come through words. Trust comes through action.
Right.
But everybody want to be the voice. Right.
And see, right.
And sometimes you can't trust everybody with your
and you got that one family member
that run and tell that.
Well, we all got a grandfather that say we can't save everybody, right?
Right.
I'm pretty sure we all got a
that
grandfather.
Is true.
And he probably said it in a way crazier way than I just did. I heard it in a way.
I want to read some of these real quick that y'all can respond to. Janelle Richards said,
"What up, cuz?"
The teachers that loved the kids definitely did make a difference. And Leslie said, a lot of people will say parents, but we have some really great parents out here. just can't take it anymore. We need to be careful with our jokes because everybody really can't take it. Kay said we need more togetherness. Janelle said very true. And since I became a parent over 20 years ago, do not be a follower and your actions will bring consequences. She said the sound went out. She can't hear anyone speaking.
Man, I hope they heard everything you said, bro.
Yeah, it probably was like,
It just went out.
That was deep. You went deep though, son.
It did.
Look, we don't even gotta be in the same room to do a podcast, you know.
Oh, we definitely don't, and I need to get a whole list of everything, the equipment I need.
You don't need much.
I'm so serious. Bro. I'll do it off my phone if I got to.
You can.
Yeah.
wow.
Look.
Wow.
Did you touch
Look, I got a couple of 6s and
Did you
7s
touch
laying
something to make
around.
it sound?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
it's
trying.
sound-
It was
I
the
got
echo. It came right. I know what I moved when she said it, cause I could hear the echo.
Yeah, I do believe that there's still some teachers that are passionate. I know. I got
Yeah,
some friends of
there
mine
are.
that are still passionate, but and they use what they got to the best of their ability and just work with that. However, you still have some, but that number, the ones that are still passionate, outweigh the numbers that are not passionate.
And that's what I was closing my statement on.
Yeah, yeah.
You always want to have people that go against the grain.
Mm-hmm.
We can't focus on that.
Right.
Just like there's always going to be things that we won't do as a community the best. We can't focus on that.
Mm-hmm.
We got to focus on the things that we do as black people.
Mm-hmm.
What do we do great?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do we do positively? I do it myself. I fall to the wayside sometimes as well. I just said the other day, coming here, Woman King was way better than Black Panther. I should have never even compared the two, right? Now also, I think conversations like that we need to keep inside.
Right.
We don't need to. I was just telling Brother Sega, like, why are we insulting Kyrie on social platforms?
Right.
Why are we talking crazy about
Kanye.
every chance we get to every other community that as soon as they get the chance, they're going to strike these people down.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is, even with Kanye, he knows how to get attention.
Oh, yeah.
And so he uses that to he's not.
Man.
He used it to his advantage. Even though
He's
it
very
may be
smart. You see,
negative-
he owned all his stuff.
Yeah, it may be negative attention. However, he gets the attention.
He knows he
he's
strategizes
clickbait.
to get it.
He's clickbait. And I tell people, even I taught EJ this from a child. Be careful who you surround yourself with. Always surround yourself with positive people. And stay away from negative energy. The bullying starts in a negative environment because a bully needs an audience. Understand?
Say that one more time.
The bully needs an audience. If a bully sees that no one is paying them no attention, they'll stop.
The bully stops.
Right? And so therefore, people in negative spaces, they need that attention. Just like everyone else. It's an attention. They're thirsty, as they say.
Do y'all remember that movie? I can't think of the name of the movie, but do you remember the movie where the man, to get attention, that he would kill someone and then leave clues?
Oh, Freddie.
No, is that
I cannot think of his.
I know Freddie was once you stop believing he exists.
And each clue was like a sin in the Bible.
That one.
Oh, you talking about the seven deadly sins, but it was called something else though. It was called seven.
The little crazy man was who was that?
Yeah,
I think it's just 7 sins.
Yeah, I mean, it was in there.
Yeah, because the last one he killed the man's wife and left her head in the box, right? Yep.
Yeah, and
Seven
they
Deadly
started.
Sins.
And that's not the only movie that was made like that though. But there were other movies that were made, and the reason, the purpose, Deadly Sins was one of them. But one of the reasons why they had a conversation one time that they were saying some of it was because the moral of that story was that particular person became that killer because they wanted an audience. And that was the only way for them to get that audience. But like you said, we have to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Not focus on what we can't do, but focus on what we can do.
When people are always going to be in the light negatively, especially now. As I said this statement yesterday, I was like, why are we so focused on, Kyrie and his comments when they just slid on the rug that you have a former president who just incited a riot, announced to be a president again with open cases.
Right.
How is that not the headline, but you're so focused on
a movie.
You're so focused on a non-post. You're so focused on of course the tragedies of our people and trying to nitpick storylines out of the tragedy to shine someone else in a negative light instead of focusing on the mass shootings that just happened that's condoned by people that's not black people.
Right.
So
anti-people.
That's just anti-people. So like everything we do is going to be, of course, magnified while they go, okay, well, we're going to let them rip their own community apart while we go ahead and slide everything that we want to get in. Hey,
they're creating the chaos.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
But
think about
in the same context with the Kyrie stuff, what about what old boy did in Mississippi?
Brett Favre.
Favre.
I've been saying that. I posted that. I don't know if you've seen it.
Now, right?
I know you've seen it. I posted it a couple times. Like, he stole all that money, welfare fraud.
Yeah.
He in jail.
He just retired football player.
He's a Hall of Famer.
He still got he still got all these sponsors, the Wrangler jeans and it's crazy. He's still getting a good check even though he ain't playing football no more.
Right. Even with the Christmas just came out.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't see any.
They're bullying the system. Tonight we're talking about bullying. There you have it, folks.
Any of their shows have been taken off the air yet.
No, what's called said they wasn't gonna take their shows off. They were gonna let the last season play it out because it was asked for them to stop playing the show because they was found guilty, but the show said no.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. But if
that was
you see how quick Nike got rid of Kyrie?
Oh yeah.
You see how quick they stopped playing all the Cosby Show reruns?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. See,
you see how quick Will Smith got canceled?
Yeah.
Right.
Hey.
But I say all this to also say that you have to. So what I just said comes right into play with this. You got to understand how we got to the position we was in. We don't control that. As much as we talk or bash our own people, we don't control who shows get rerun.
Right.
We don't control who keeps their deals with Nike.
They do.
We don't control. Right. We don't control all this. So, of course, I would love if, it's crazy how whoever this may offend, I apologize, but it's crazy how as soon as Bill Cosby was about to buy NBC, he gets all of these cases. But if we do come across, great opportunities like that, and we get to execute, it's a different story.
Michael Jackson is about to buy all his songs out.
Right.
All of a sudden,
died. Same thing with Prince.
So it's Prince.
Died.
All right, we can't. We
It's
got to chill.
right.
It's a pattern,
They're
though.
gonna tap in. They're doing too much right now.
But it's a pattern,
Um,
and people acting like they're blind to it.
Right, and it's crazy.
That's
But
still bullying.
this is why I say we gotta just focus on the positives and the things we
And
actually
control.
can change.
And when they say they killed a doctor, what's the doctor said? Is it Sebi? Because he found the
He
cure
found
to
the cure.
AIDS
Yeah.
and cancer.
That's messing with
And
their
they was
money.
like, oh no, you got to get rid of him because he got to cure cancer, and we making money off cancer pills.
He said, listen, the Jews support the Jews, the Italians support the Italians, Mexicans support the Mexicans, but we as black folks bash our own because the white media says Kyrie is wrong.
Right.
We're very like,
My question was from the jump, and I've heard it asked before, like, if they made this much of a deal about Kyrie, what about Amazon where it's being sold? And the dude that put the movie out, like, Kyrie, all he did was, he didn't make the movie. Like,
Right.
He just
and I think who was it? It was JoJo. Cause they tried. They tried. Like we had to shut it down in our own office about that. But like I know he said one thing. He was like, the crazy thing is, they're mad about him reposting it, but they're not mad about the title of the movie. Right.
Right.
So you can potentially read the title, but you can't. But you're gonna get mad at the post. And the people that's mad are people who didn't even watch it. That still hasn't even watched
Everybody who got an opinion say I
never even heard about it. It wasn't even brand new.
You can't even.
And this guy putting out all this
You
money.
ask him where. You ask him
And what all
a
this
Hebrew
did, the crazy thing is that producer made more money.
Yeah.
Because now he got his views up on Amazon.
Yeah.
Now he demand, thank y'all.
Yeah, because you know when something like that happen, everybody gonna want to know what are they talking about.
Now I'm a now it's the #1 rated
Right.
documentary on Amazon.
Right.
Now I get another check.
I just think we just give too many things too much energy.
Yeah.
And that energy is the catalyst for.
But they've learned our behavior.
I'm about to say they know the triggers. They know, all right, cool. The community is calm.
Some of us.
We gonna react.
Let me
We
throw something on in there. Let me stir the pot.
Yep.
Because that's going to get our ratings up. We're going to make some money off of it. And the thing is, we're saying we fall to that easy trick that's been handed down to us for so long. It's like our community just can't snap out of that slave mentality.
Yeah. And
it made me
always
think about his analogy about the monkeys.
Exactly.
Because what they did was they put fear in the other monkeys.
Fear arousing.
So every time when they put that water on them,
I can't come past your boss.
Right.
Right. Stay in your place.
Yeah.
I can't come past your boss.
Just like all the stuff
we don't
want
to feel that either. So we can't let you go up here because now all of us going to get sprayed.
Yeah.
Right.
Not only that,
Because they did to you, they're going to do it to me.
It's also self-preservation. Any mammal has that natural instinct.
Survival instinct.
Right. If you keep going up there, you get sick. That's one less person we get to mate with.
Yeah.
That's one less person that. And we're not thinking about that, obviously, but genetically, that's how it is. Like everybody gonna keep each other safe from being sick, dying, whatever the case may be.
But they all start doing the same exact thing.
Yeah, I mean, me personally, I just don't understand the non-abortion thing when we all the time had an issue with feeding the hungry.
Yeah.
And we're being overpopulated, but now it's, everyone have babies. That to me, that's very. It's like we have a whole world hunger issue. Like it's a world hunger issue, and now they're like, no, I don't care what happened to you at all. This is what you're going to have to deal with.
Even if you die, that baby gonna live.
Right, that's just to me that's very absurd to take that away from someone, but no one really understanding the underlying real reason why they're like, nah, we gotta make sure that we preserve our own society.
Yeah.
And y'all gonna pick up what I'm putting down. You know what I'm saying with that. Because a lot that is gonna be expired very soon because of every other culture, every other race. So we gotta keep up because we're now becoming the minority.
That's true.
So
well, y'all,
that's some smart Jim.
This was good.
Right.
Got some smart songs.
I appreciate y'all kicking with us, man. And for everybody that tuned in or commented,
let me know this was gonna be like this. I would have threw the shout out, man. Had some real views up in here.
Hey, we can always do it again tomorrow. It don't gotta. We could go whenever we want. So if we ain't doing nothing, we want to just laugh and talk and have another discussion, bro. We can do it whenever.
We can come up with another topic.
Somebody commented and said Flint still has bad water. Flint, Michigan. Yes,
they really do. They really do. My previous show that we were doing, the podcast I was doing before, my co-host is originally from Flint.
Wow. And
she would still go back home. She's a police officer in Atlanta. And she said, like, it's crazy. Everybody stopped talking about it, but they still don't have clean water.
And this is since 2015? When was this? How long was this?
Was it? 2016, I think.
Janelle said, I'm not usually on Facebook, but if I can catch a live, she said she will.
She sure ain't. That's my cousin.
Okay. Somebody said that Charles Barkley, Shaquille O'Neal, how they sold out.
Yo, what I just said yesterday?
Oh, wow.
Started in 2014.
But they got to keep their job.
That's a long time.
It's a shame you can't be honest and upfront with fear of losing a job.
Right.
But that's the crazy part, though. They could have just plead the fifth.
They could have did that too. However,
they kept their job.
They also have scripts.
Yep.
And kept their job.
They just said no comment.
They go for script all the time.
Right. No comment. Definitely, people say no comment.
Right.
Let's keep it moving. And nobody can make you say anything.
Nobody can't make you say nothing.
But now, when things happen to our people, we'll find a way to blame them.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And those are the platforms that our people are in that has the power to change the influence.
Yeah.
Right? You could have easily taken that moment not to bash another brother and be like, you know what, man, like
Who talking about Shaq and Barkley?
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it, not even just them, it's other people. Stephen A did the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, like, you can say, oh, that's my brother. But, like, how's that your brother?
Well, like I said to you yesterday, all they had to do was pull him to the side in private. Have that one as the OGs.
Yes.
Have that one-on-one with him. But they attacked him, and it's like, ain't you the same dude that spit on a little girl?
Yep.
Wow.
Charles.
I still can't believe that.
A fan. He spit on a fan, a little girl.
Yeah.
How many people he punched out the crowd? Like,
right.
Like he had a perfect career. And Shaq, you put out a song telling Kobe to eat Kobe eat it. Like, you weren't perfect either, buddy. Like,
right.
It's crazy, but that's
social media is it magnifies.
That's a teachable moment. They could have pulled him to the side. He's still young.
Yep.
He's still got a big future ahead of him if he wants it.
Right.
As the OG, they're supposed to pull him to the side, not get on national. You know you're on national TV.
It's a hot topic.
And
and you call him an idiot.
That's what I love to see from even older celebrities. When these younger celebrities makes mistakes,
Right.
Why not somebody pull them to the side?
Right.
Like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, he commented, but he said something knowledge that he needs to get. Like he made it a teachable moment instead of just attacking him.
Right.
That's what they need to start doing it on social media more. Are the teachable moments? Are the conversations like these that's going to impact the lives going in a positive direction?
Right.
Or they could sit down like this.
If people,
you get a couple of them and they pull Kyrie to the table. Yeah. You got Shaq, Barkley. Even if y'all gonna say what y'all gonna say, and do it like this, do it on live where people could comment. Get a couple of the OGs around them and sit there and talk to them.
And we have a problem. What we also do is we judge people off the lies we see on TV. Especially reality TV people, as I always mention, we judge them based on what we see off TV. Right. Knowing that's not really who they are.
Right.
Or what
some of them.
Some of them, everybody gonna have an opinion, but your opinion does not have to destroy somebody you don't know.
Right.
Because we're all just fans. Right? You're all just a fan. Regardless whether you like the person or not, you're still a fan.
And if you like them or not, you're not cutting
if
their
you
check.
Don't like them,
you're not cutting their check.
Exactly.
You know how easy it is to pick up the remote and go like this.
Exactly. Right.
You don't even got to do that no more. Right. Siri, turn the channel. Like
a prime example. Nene Leakes did that sit down with Larry Reid, a couple of weeks ago, and so Candy Bird, she spoofed it. And all I said was, it would be nice for Nene and Candy just to sit down and have a conversation like grown women and talk out whatever differences they have, because both of them say they have no beef with each other. I was attacked so bad about that. I deleted the post. I said, I didn't say anything wrong with it. You don't have to sit down with no Nene. Candy got to sit down with no, Nene got to sit down. I mean, it was going back and I'm like, wow, y'all don't want us see people get together and have a conversation.
I'm not throwing stones and I live in a glass house, but some people take it too far when you are not connected to these people whatsoever.
What they should do.
Right.
I said, let me delete this post. I don't want that competition.
Tag me next time. I got you. Tag me next time. I got you back.
It was a public post. So I just
but people will.
You don't even gotta say nothing. Just type tag. You're it.
Yeah.
I got you.
They act like they're family members. Don't even know.
There was one show we did. We had the lady that was our guest is a member of the newer Black Panthers.
Oh, okay.
Bro, when I tell you I got harassed by KKK for like 3 months. They was calling every month. How much for the nigger on the white couch? Like they were calling the show and saying stuff like, and every show they started calling, just harassing. Nigga this, can I buy that nigger over there? Nigga, like, I fed it. Like I keep it coming.
Yeah.
So hey, Hey, you got room in your closet? What do you mean? Hang this up. Click. I had fun with him. I had fun with him, but but that they was in the messages. I was getting inboxes. I didn't do nothing. I just had a guest on my show.
They were watching.
Yeah.
Somebody said, Trisha Jennings, she said, that's deep. Our opinion does not need to destroy. Power of death and life is in the tongue.
Yep.
That's the God's honest truth. We can speak damnation or blessings and life.
She better go ahead.
That's good, Trisha.
She the one before that, she said, "Good evening, blessings and love unto all of you beautiful kings and queens. I'm coming in late. Not sure what's the topic. We was talking about bullying.
We say we way off, but the industry.
No, but it all ties in. It all ties in.
They just went into the industry talking about bullying.
Yeah, because even with the Candy and Nene thing, it comes down to one of them trying to bully the other one. Like it all ties together.
Right.
So what would you say to the audience, a nugget for them to take with them before we close out?
For me, it one person at a time. If you recognize bullying, if you see bullying, address the bullying, because you're a witness to it. Because if you walk away and something happened, I'm not saying the blood gonna be your hands, but you could have done something about it. Like they say, if you see something, say something. You heard that before?
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
If you see it, say, hey, you don't have to do that. You think about it, it ain't none of your business. Yes, it is, because you did it in public. So that made it my business. So therefore, let's not do that. We gotta roughen up. Let's not do that.
Change got to start somewhere.
One person
at a time.
can start a chain reaction. It just takes one person.
I would piggyback off of that. Even if you don't have the courage to address that bully yourself, make sure you take that person who don't have that courage to a place where, hey, like you go alert them with somebody. Maybe they don't have the courage to tell someone that they're bullied. Hey, we're gonna go talk to the principal, we're gonna talk to the guidance counselor, we're gonna talk to someone. I want you to know that your cry is being heard.
Right.
I am here for you. Even if y'all don't even go to anyone, you're like, you know what, boom, I'm your friend now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They not gonna bother you if you with me. And then I got other friends.
What did
so
I say?
You with us.
What did I say at the end of that song I just did?
Which one?
I'll be there.
Oh yeah.
If nobody else got you, I got you.
You know what I'm saying? Like
I just put that in the song.
Because you're alone. If you're not alone, they see you have a crowd. What are the odds they're gonna come to you?
Yeah.
So therefore, if no one else got you, like you said, I'm gonna have you. I'm gonna take you in the wing, and if they get back, we gonna go ahead and we gonna go to someone else. Yeah. But just know you're not. I hear your cry. So
she said we
have that courage.
We need to be the change, build one another up, kingdom builders. And Janelle said that's how I feel. See something, say something. People only want to record every incident.
That's too much recording. Yeah. And that's what they did with the little girl. Recording Gilly stepped in. They could have saved that girl.
Gilly went bonkers.
I didn't see that one yet.
Yeah, he went bonkers because everybody was when homie got shot, they recording. He was like, yo, y'all idiots. He was shaking like he was so mad. He was like, instead of helping, everybody pulling their phone out.
Right.
It's like you forget that they got kids and family and y'all going live. Everybody doing things for likes.
Wow. Oh my God, I got the video. That's crazy.
I would not want that on my phone.
Right.
Bro,
I don't watch that on my phone.
And so for those of you who don't know what to do in cases of bullying, you can always go to the National Bullying Prevention Center. You can go right online. It's a phenomenal resource, and so it'll help parents, it'll help teachers, other adults teach youth about bullying. It shares the statistics, bullying facts, cyberbullying information, what to do in the classroom. It gives you community resources, videos, stories that are directly from young people, and ways to get involved. You can have a safe place program right in your community if you take the time to say something, if you take the time to step out. And then if you need someone to talk to, please call National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-TALK. This lifeline is available 24 hours, 7 days a week. So again, call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-TALK. That's 8255.
From my beautiful wife that said she wasn't going to talk. That was a long paragraph.
Well, you know what? Sometimes you got to talk through the pain.
But again, man, I thank y'all.
Thank you.
Thank everybody that chimed in. As you see, we moved up an hour from where we were before, just because I'm tired of getting off at 11:30. It'd be 11:30 our time, so it's 12:30 y'all time when we go normal. So we're gonna do it this way from here on out. Again, we got the Christmas thing coming up. If you want to be a sponsor, if you want to donate some stuff, reach out to me. I'll get you all the information. Hit us up at theloveparlor@gmail.com.
Website.
Yeah, definitely. Y'all got y'all gear from the website. Make sure y'all go check the website out, theloveparlor.biz. Get your shirts, your hoodies. It's hoodie season. Get your hoodies. I got some other stuff I'm about to put up there. If you need something custom, hit me up. I'll knock it out for you. I got some dope artists in my family, and I do my thing as well. So y'all just hit us up, man. We appreciate y'all. We will see y'all next week. Same bat time. Same bat station. I am your boy, Saga.
And I'm your girl, Queen Diamond. And we're out.
And we going to go out on some energy. Let's get some energy.
Cool. I ain't stressing today.
Y'all want this party started?